Hi, everyone. It's Melanie Warner here with Defining Moments Press. Today, we are welcoming another author in our incredible new book, Unexpected Leader. Please welcome Laura Davis. Thank you for being here, Laura.
Thanks for having me, Melanie.
Absolutely. And just in case, you guys, this is our actual book cover here. Unexpected Leader, 11 Tools for Transformational Leadership. So, Laura, tell us a little bit about your own leadership journey and how you ended up here with us today.
So I am a financial advisor. I was a career changer in my early 30s. I am now in my early 40s. Before I became an advisor, I was a real estate agent. Then I had a brief stint as an executive recruiter before I fell into this role, which is my passion. So I absolutely love teaching people about money, helping people with their money. And part of what happened over the years is that I was a relatively traditional financial advisor for the first few years of my business, and I built my book. But I got to the point where I really felt like I could be doing more and helping more people with the knowledge that I have. I'm sure this is for your industry too. It's for many industries, but we often start to repeat ourselves, right? People have the same questions. We sort of start to talk about the same kind of things over and over. And so eventually I decided that I was going to expand my reach. I wrote a book. I do group coaching and I do team coaching for people who are in corporate environments in financial wellness to help them overcome their money overwhelm. So that's my like brief little outline of how I got to where I am today.
Well, I love it. And I think, I feel like people have more stress about money than just about anything else in their lives because it tends to be, a relationship with money that we don't realize is there, that the associations we have, we either replicate or rebel against what we were raised to believe about money, right? We see our parents had financial struggles and we don't want it to be like that. So we go a different route. And then sometimes we find ourselves in the same boat, right? So I find that there's so much fascination to just understanding money. And there are people that I remember saying one time when I was going through like losing all this money that I'd built. And I remember saying to my kids, like, I hate money because I felt like it was controlling me. Right. And
Yeah.
like it was so scary at the time because I felt out of control with my finances. And I realized I don't want my kids to have that limited belief about money. Right. And so you can change these patterns and beliefs and associations and even your own financial history with just knowledge and information and it's not nearly as complicated as people make it out to be, right?
No, it's not, and it is, right? Because you're right, it has so much to do with emotions. A lot of my clients say that I'm their therapist. There's a lot of tears in my office, and you would think, well, aren't you just dealing with spreadsheets and numbers and rates of return? Um, and but money, just like weight loss, for anybody out there who's ever been on a weight loss journey, you know that it's so much more than calories in and calories out. It has so much to do with your mindset and the way that you were brought up, and it's the exact same thing with money. Money is so heavily influenced by our pasts and by the messages that we received as children. And there's a reason why money is the number one cause next to sex of divorces, because it really affects people deeply. There are also lots of recent studies that show that employees, it is their biggest stressor when it comes to their work and their biggest distraction is worrying about their personal financial situation. And we both know that worrying doesn't do anything at all, but it's
Right.
very difficult to stop worrying when you feel so out of control and when you feel like you have no idea where your money is or how to deal with it.
Or even just making more money. A lot of times business owners think that employees are just motivated by money. And like if I just pay them more, they're going to do more, they're going to show up more, they're going to work extra hours. And not everybody is so motivated by money, right? And so it's really important to be able to understand from a leadership perspective how money influences people, how it affects their performance. And I know that's one of the things that you like to also speak about, like as a speaker. Tell us a little bit more about that journey, how you work with corporations to help them as well.
Yeah, so you're so right. Money, but the amount of money is important, right? I mean, we have a certain amount of money that goes out towards bills, and I know everybody out there feels this right now because we've had such high inflation and people are really feeling that. On the other hand, we also have a really skewed perspective of the things that we should have, and how and what other people have. So a lot of times what I find is that if we can educate people about the way that money works, but also the way that we perceive money in our society, it can really alleviate that stress, and it can give people that feeling of like, I am okay. You know, even with my current salary, even with my current benefits package, like I am actually okay. Because a lot of times people are actually better off than they think that they are. But we just have to get them the education. We have to get them to look at the numbers straight on in the face, you know. So yeah, you know, I really am only good at one thing, and this is it, you know. And so I feel like my superpower is helping people gain that clarity and confidence around money so that they can focus on the other things that are important in their lives, their work, their families, their friends, you know, traveling, their hobbies, whatever else it may be. Money should really be something that goes on in the background of your life, not something that you should have to focus on every day that's in the forefront.
Right. And being in survival mode, a lot of times it feels like a priority to people. Like every thought, every decision, they wake up and they're worried about money constantly. How much can I spend? I remember feeling that way when I felt like I lost a lot. I was so conscious, like every time I put makeup on, I was like, I'm gonna be out soon. I can't afford to buy more, so I have to be sparing. Like I would eat in a sparing way because it was kind of like this lack mentality that I didn't even know I had about money. And when I finally broke through that, it just made such a big difference. And then all of a sudden, money didn't control me and I felt financially free. And that doesn't mean I don't have to work, anymore the rest of my life.
No.
And I mean, I can work because I love to work, and it's not just about representing this work represents XYZ dollars to me. Now, dollars to me are about transformation. The more people that we can help, the more people we can educate, the more people we can reach, that represents the dollars that we're making, right? So the more we make, it represents how many people we've actually been able to help with some kind of aspect of their life. So I love that. I love that you have this passion for it. And I know, speaking about money, I know you have also a gift that you want to offer today. Tell us about that.
So for anybody who's interested in talking with me about coming to work with their team, I'm offering a free 25-minute consultation. We can talk all about your company. If you don't choose to hire me, I will still be very open and give you some tips and tricks for sort of moving people in the right direction. I also do bulk discounts on my books and now the book that we've collaborated on. So those things can also really help your team members to even if you don't feel like you need an entire package, there's plenty of options and ways that we can work with each other, and I would love to have that conversation.
That sounds awesome. So what's the best way for them to get in touch with you to take advantage of that offer?
So Melanie is going to put a link to book a free call with me. So just click on that. It'll take you directly to my calendar and you can book a time when I'm free.
And you guys can see that link just below, right here below the video. So thank you so much, Laura. Is there anything else that you want to add before we wrap up for today?
Yeah, I think if there's one action item that I love to leave people with, it's it's if you can face the things that you have, like just look at your bank accounts, look at your investment accounts, look at your retirement account at work, just look at it. Just, it's there, just look at it. And a lot of times, just this one little simple act can already give you a lift of spirits. It can already make you feel a little bit better that you're not totally broke, you're not totally far behind. And just take a little inventory.
I love that. And that really is the key to anything, to any change is awareness, knowing here's where I'm at, and here's where I want to be. And then you kind of have that ability to walk us through those gaps and fill in those gaps. And I think too, just giving people hope about their future, because it really isn't about working harder. It's about getting your money to work for you. You guys, we've all worked hard for our money. We're at this stage and age where we should be enjoying life. And there are people that are so afraid to retire, or there are people that have retired and they're going back to work because they see inflation and they don't think that their money is going to keep up with inflation. And I see this over multiple generations of people. I remember my grandfather retired in his 50s because he had cancer and he thought he was going to die young. He had colon cancer in his 30s. So he retired at like 52. He lived to be 92 and he survived 3 different cancers. And he had more money by the time he died than when he did when he retired, because he was wise with it. So it wasn't about going out and working and continuing to work. It's like, how do you make your money do what you need it to do? And it's not something that we're born knowing how to do. It doesn't come naturally. So
No.
we need a money mentor. We need a financial coach. We need somebody who's had that experience, who understands the emotions behind it and can walk us through. So Laura, thank you for being that person. And so many of our lives, I know this is definitely something I'm not an expert at, so I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you as well. And I'm excited to see where you can take this. So thank you so much and congratulations on getting this chapter done.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And by the way, if you guys want more information about how you can find out about where to get the books, you can click on the links below. You can get the special price right now during the launch for 99 cents for the ebook. The print book is under $10, so buy multiple copies for people on your team. Maybe you know somebody who needs to be a better leader. You can kind of be a little stealth and get them this gift and give it to them as a gift. It's called Unexpected Leader, and we're talking about 11 different tools that can help you transform your life, your business, your career as a manager, as a business owner. So we're so excited to have that to offer you guys. And thank you all so much for being here today. Look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care, everyone. Thanks again. Bye-bye.